Okay, so now I've worked through the first contrast color horizontal stripe on the shoulder, but what you can see already is that your funnel neck stands up like this, and your body fabric now starts to fan out to all sides from there. So this is our shoulder with the middle stripe. Then we have here our body. Please remember this is a small scale body of what you are working. And then we have the next shoulder again. This. And then this is the last body part. So if we look at our creases that we've worked, you see the gaping that I was referring to earlier. It is most visible at the top of the raglan line or at the seam, and it already gets smaller as we increase in height here. This is the same throughout all seams. They all look the same. They have this little hole at the top, closer together here. Now what is important is that if you fan out your stitches, you can, like, you know, stretch out your raglan line. You see a fan pattern of where your main color and your contrast color fan into each other, one after the other. It's a very neat pattern, and this is your indicator that you're on the right track. If you look at your work from the back side, your work should look like super neat. You have no knots in here. All your floats run parallel. You can give them a little tug, and this will widen. If you tuck your fabric like this will widen your gaps. But if you give your floats a little tug like this, the seam will immediately close. The only thing that's not closing automatically is the hole that forms between this and that main color stitch. So this is where we work the first increase round. But that's not a problem. As I told you, we'll fix that later. So you know how the stitch pattern, the float pattern should look like now in the back. And we are continuing now to work what is in the chart row 6. So what is important in this row is that your main stripe is supposed to change the color now, and this happens in this row, in this row, in this row. So always where you, in the first round where you start the new stripe color, you will pick up the thread below of the previous colored, so in this case blue or purple contrast color stripe, but you knit it with the color of the new stripe. This will give you the cleanest result optically in how the stripes appear on your sweater, like this, right? You saw I picked up the purple strand from below, but I knit it with the new stripe color. And then you slip, and then for your body it's the same as before. It's always the main color. You work the increase like this, and you continue throughout the row, and you see again here how neat the pattern looks like. It's really pretty, I think. And here I'm catching a float. So when I catch a float, I just work my stitch. I'm still carrying my yarn as I did before. You see, like the main color is my dominant color on top, and the contrast color is my non-dominant color on the bottom. And now when I knit my next stitch, usually what I do is I get my yarn like this. But when I want to catch a float, I will do a little segue and go around my contrast color yarn to pick my main color and thread it through. So my yarn now kind of does this little wraparound motion here. And then the next one, I just hold this a little bit down and take again my main color, give it a little tuck, and you see now it's wrapped here behind my main color stitches. Yeah, sometimes it helps to stretch out your stitches. If you recognize that they become too tight at some point, you can always make sure to stretch them a little. At least I do that, and I feel that helps a lot. Okay. So we'll finish that round.